My name is Jeff LaRue, and this is my 19th year with the State Police. I'm a shift supervisor at the Situate Barracks, and on top of that, I'm in charge of the collision reconstruction unit. So I kind of mix the both together, and it keeps me busy all day. The collision reconstruction unit is a group of men and women that have been trained to examine crashes, and you try to figure out exactly how it transpired. And usually you're working backwards from the final rest position of the vehicles and try to figure out exactly what happened that led to this crash. It is solving a puzzle. You have to piece together physical evidence, damage analysis, and roadway evidence and try to figure out, what happened. One that comes to mind is a crash where, after the fact, about a week or two later, the family wanted to come to headquarters to get some more information, just get the details and kind of a layout of how we're going to proceed with the case. But it's someone that I see often, and it brings you back to, sitting with them in a conference room and then explaining what happened and the questions you get from the mother and the sister. You never forget them, and then you go over and you look at the cars, and they really get a sense of the violent ending of their loved one's life when they see the mangled car. And you just stand there and you watch their sadness, and you have that feeling. But now, whenever I see them, you kind of get that little bit of a flashback. I remember that. I remember where we were. I remember where we were standing. I remember them coming to headquarters. And it's something that doesn't go away. For a lot of people, they see the crash on the news and they don't think much of it. The reality is that those are violent crashes, and it usually resulted in a tragic death where bodies have been mangled, where the first responders are there and we're sweeping up brains. We're picking up teeth, we're outlining intestines, limbs. It is that violent. And then for the follow-up, for the reconstruction, I've had to wait a couple days for the biohazard in the car to dry out. I've had to let the maggots do their things until we can go into the car and go through it. And until you experience it firsthand, and until you're with the medical examiner with their biohazard bag and gloves picking up body parts, you really can't truly experience what it's like. And no one understands it. It's a crash on the news, and that's the end of it for most people. As bad as it is for us sometimes, it's worse for the families on the other end. They're the ones who experience the greater sense of tragedy, the greater sense of loss. It's an inconvenient part of our duties as a trooper, but in the end, we're still doing a job, and someone has had a loved one whose life has been taken tragically and unnecessarily.